Good evening, and welcome to Election Night in Connecticut 2022. We have many races lined up, including the governor's race, the Senate race, and the multiple House races. In just moments away, the 7:30 poll closings will take place. But before that, let's look at some governor polling. Ned Lamont narrowly leads with 51% in polling to challenger Bob Stefanowski's 49%. In the Senate race, Richard Blumenthal, the incumbent senator, has a large lead with 64% to Dan Carter's 36%. And in the House polling, John B. Larson has a lead of 23% margin. Joe Courtney has a lead of a 13% margin. Rosa DeLauro has a lead of a 10% margin. Jim Himes has a lead of an 18% margin, and Johanna Hayes has a lead of a 13% margin. And this is breaking news. The polls have just closed. We have absolutely no votes in yet, none in the governor's, Senate, or House, and we have our county map up, but it will be filled in throughout the night. And we have our first votes in, and they are for the governor's election. 2% of the total votes are reporting. Bob Stefanowski has a lead of 58%. This really doesn't mean much, saying that it's only 2%, and the rural votes are counted first. And in the Senate election, Dan Carter actually has a lead, the underdog. The polls have closed and only a few votes are in, but Dan Carter has a lead of 58%. And in the House elections, John B. Larson is plus 60, Joe Courtney is plus 9, Rosa DeLauro is only plus 1, Jim Himes is plus 2, and Johanna Hayes is plus 25. And now we have an update on the gubernatorial election. 6% of the votes in the gubernatorial election are reported, or have been reported. Ned Lamont has taken the lead, a 10-point lead of 55% to Bob Stefanowski's 45%. And in the Senate election, Richard Blumenthal has a huge lead of 68% to Dan Carter's 32%. Only 8% of votes are reporting, but really, Dan Carter doesn't have much of a shot, which means that we can now project that Richard Blumenthal is the projected winner of the U.S. Senate election. He will take his Senate seat once again with 63% of the vote. But in the House elections, John Larson is now plus 52, Courtney is plus 4, DeLauro is plus 4, Himes is plus 5, and Hayes is plus 9. And we can now project that John Larson will take his Senate seat once again, the seat that he has held since 1999. He is the projected winner here with 66% of the vote. And we can also now project that Rosa DeLauro, who has won her Senate seat ever since 1991, she's the incumbent, she will once again win with 63%. Rosa DeLauro has won her Senate seat. And now, looking back at the gubernatorial election, 19% of the votes are now reporting. Incumbent Ned Lamont, who's running for re-election, I forgot to mention that, has lost his lead. He now has 44% to Bob Stefanowski's 56%, so Stefanowski does lead in the governor's race. And in the House elections, again, Larson and DeLauro have won. We can project that they will reclaim the Senate seats once again. Courtney is up by 5, Himes is up by 3, and Hayes is up by 12. The House Democrats do lead. And now let's go back to the gubernatorial election. 29% of the votes have been reported now. Stefanowski does have 57% of the vote to Ned Lamont's 43. He has, I believe his lead has shrunk a bit. But big news here, but this is breaking news. Stefanowski has narrowly taken the city of New Haven, Middlesex County, where New Haven is. Now, this is his home city, New Haven, his home county, and it will be very much a swing county in this election, and it really could shift the governorship to Stefanowski. And in the House elections, Courtney is up by 9, Himes up by 4, and Hayes is up by 9. And we can now project that Joe Courtney is the projected winner of his House district with 56% of the vote. And we have breaking news. New Haven will swing back to the Democratic Party. It's switching back and forth. It is now in the tilt Democratic column. And that means the race has narrowed up. 40% of the total votes have been reported. Stefanowski is up by 6 percentage points with 53 to 47. And in the House elections, Himes is up by 5 and Hayes is up by 9. The House Democrats still lead. But in the governor's election, now 49% of the votes have been reported. And the race yet narrows up again. Stefanowski has 52% now to Nethermont's 48%. And New Haven and Fairfield County, that we'll get to Fairfield County. You'll see which one it is in a second. These two states really are going to decide the governorship. And now in the House elections, Himes is up by 5 and Hayes is up by 10. And we have a projection. Johanna Hayes is the projected winner of her House district with 59%. And now Fairfield County has become tilt Democratic, and 61% of the votes have been reported, and the race narrows up once again. Stefanowski with 51% to Nethermont's 49%. This really will be a very close race. And Himes is now up by 5. And we are back to the gubernatorial elections. 72% of the votes have been reported. Stefanowski is still up by 2. This really is an insane election. Fairfield and Middlesex County are both tilt Democrat at this point in time, and they could easily flip Republican. And now Himes is up by 6, and we can now project that Jim Himes is the projected winner with 56% of the vote. So we are done with the House and Senate elections. And the Democrats keep all House seats. All 5 have been reelected. And now let's just look at the gubernatorial election, the most anticipated race in the state of Connecticut. 80% of votes have been reported, and it is split 50-50 because Bob Stefanowski has taken back the city of New Haven and Middlesex County. However, Nethermont has increased his lead in Fairfield County, so New Haven does flip back. And now we have 7% more of the votes that have been reported. And now we have 87% of total votes reported. Stefanowski is now up by 2. He has increased his lead in New Haven and other counties. Stefanowski does lead. And now let's take a look at Fairfield County. So it is this Southwest County. 90% of the votes here are reported. So this is just Fairfield County, these votes. And it's a very close race here. Lamont is up by 2. And in Middlesex County, 90% of the votes here have been reported also, and Lamont is up by 2. I'm sorry, I should say Stefanowski is up by 2. Sorry about that. And we now have a major projection. Bob Stefanowski is the projected winner of the governor's race with 50.4%. Bob Stefanowski will beat incumbent Ned Lamont. He has flipped the state of Connecticut red. Wow, this is another Virginia. Bob Stefanowski has won. Stefanowski has won the governorship with 50 points. I'm sorry, it's like the final map and I messed it up. Stefanowski has won 50.6%. No, it says 0.4. It's supposed to be 0.6. Has won 50.6% of the vote to Ned Lamont's 50.4. He wins by 0.2%. 99% of votes have been reported. Stefanowski is the projected winner. He has carried New Haven County. Wow, what a flip. He has flipped the state of Connecticut red. They do now have a Democratic governor.